Hey everybody, this is Almonda. We are in the Riviera server. We're playing Wurm Unlimited. This is just a gameplay video. We're just gonna go through normal gameplay, but I'll sit and talk to you guys. Looks like Walnut is in season, and I didn't even have to look that up. This is a modded server, so there's plenty of things that you wouldn't normally see on a normal server. This one has no password, so you can jump in, jump out. Pretty active server. Walnut is in season, raspberries in season, chestnut is in season, apples in season. Quite a few walnut trees around, but this one definitely caught my eye first. The cool part about Wurm, well, one of them, is that they do a lot of tree harvest. A lot of animations, and each tree looks different. Each type of tree. Took me a while to figure out that walnuts are the ones with a lot of branches, because the linden trees look very similar enough to me. One of the other things you might want to do if you're sitting inland is to, where is it? Get a pendulum, and you make it in the blacksmithing area with a ball. Let's see. Let's organize this. That makes it so much faster to see what you got. It is a ball and chain, and it is a item that helps you find water. This is going to tell me that it was water pretty close, because there's water right here. Now, this is a learning thing, because I have not built very many fountains, and I did not look this up before I decided to do the decorative fountain. Most fountains, you have a right-click option, you open them. There's water. This decorative fountain, apparently I can't put my cup over this fountain and get water. It's a life lesson. Unfortunately, it's not one I wanted to have. It's gonna take me forever. I don't have a mall. I should make a mall. I can destroy this fountain because I'm trying to, and I've just taken my little hammer and just trying to crunch on it. It makes a noise, and there is water in this. Like, if I was right over here and I do the pendulum, it's going to say it swings rapidly. Now my pendulum is really low quality, so I might have a lot of false negatives. There's a false negative right there. This one will have water on it. As far as yeah, frantically, there's something here. So if I put the correct pendulum here, the correct fountain here, we would be able to get water from it. Right now, after bashing it a bunch of times, we're not going to bash this the whole video, I just want to show you how slow this goes. A mall I think is going to help, but I haven't made one, and it's like, ugh, I don't want to do that too. I don't really want to, but so we are catching back up with Riviera. This is the technically third video in the Riviera series. Oh, and I'm going to call like season 0, because it was not like actual gameplay. I was just walking around talking to people about stuff. So I'm working with the Clan Hawkins guy. He does YouTube videos as well. I haven't watched a lot of his videos yet. He does done videos of things other than Wurm. Wurm is kind of my obsession thing, unfortunately. Now there's a felled tree up there. Normally I take the time to cut down all my felled trees into logs. So you take your trees, after you chop them down, you take them and you cut them into logs. If I keep going this way, this is a road I want to build back towards the main area, so I can find my way back. This server is really nice because it has a free teleport back to the home city, the town. That's free. You don't have to worry about spells or meditation or any of that stuff, which I still eventually want to do, which I have not set up yet on this character yet. But you have to walk your way back if you do the free teleport. So we set up this little area. Another cool thing. I'll do some bark here. Oh, do I have the rake with me? Sometimes I've been trying to make myself not have. Oops, no, I did have. That's the starter rake. I have all my starter tools in my cart, and I'm trying to build up skills. It takes forever. You have to start from scratch. It's been kind of fun starting from scratch, but it's kind of annoying. But I have these options with farming. My farming skill is kind of low. I'm not the farmer always. It's halfway, so I don't really want to necessarily close. I don't know. I don't want to pull them up and harvest, but I have options. I can cultivate. I don't want to do that now because that's going to make a 3x3 area all of a sudden. I can harvest and replant. These two options, cultivate 3x3 and harvest and replant, are, and maybe there'll be more. I think there's going to be more once my farming skill gets up high enough. They are a condition of the server that I'm on. Right now my effective farming is 36, and it's a mod. So the game I was playing and doing videos of before had no mods. Base game, I'm really appreciating some of these things. You can get an area ready to farm really quickly. When you do the harvest and replant on your farm, you're going to, let's see, it doesn't seem to get as many items back. If I would harvest them individually, then I would get more in my little thing, and then I could always go back and sow them. I think it's a time saver, but it usually lose one or two. It seems like. Now I don't know that for sure. I have not tested that out. So one of the cool things about this server is that it's got a bunch of events, and we don't have any right now because we happen to not be here during the event day. This is right after the holiday, the Christmas holiday, but they will advertise skill gains for certain type of skills, and what I should do is go around and harvest all the walnut trees in the area. We're going to take a quick little walk. I don't think I showed you. Right now we are taking advantage of our lovely past neighbor friend, the deed that was here prior to us being over here. I don't think I showed you this last time. I tried to figure out what to do. Okay, so this is kind of my like turn, silly turn. But it's kind of neat. I was able to walk around by the step and go find some animals that I really liked the color of. The steppe seems to be a good place for animals. There was a hell horse in there. I'm not going to have the taming ability for the hell horse. But so this is a deed that used to be present in Wurm. Somebody spent time building a guard tower. They spent time building a ship and a ship. If you saw my what was been deemed as my walking simulator video, the hour-long video where I'm trying to figure out what to do with Wurm in Riviera, you know that. I don't know. The building has since decayed, I guess, if there is a building at all. But this area was flattened. You can tell there's nothing in here. Or maybe I'm on the backside. Maybe that's why. You get some ideas. But yeah, no, it's just not going to open. It's funny because it looks like it has stuff in it, but it doesn't. So there's a flat area. There's a guard tower. I've come over here. I've ended up making it safer because I'm able to fulfill some stuff. This was like one of these horses. Just trying to. This one was when I was on my thing for a while, so I had the two white ones. Somehow I like the white ones. This one here I gathered from the steppe. He's got a different color. It's one of the pretty colored horses. I like the pretty colored horses. This one is venerable, so probably need to breed this one soon. I don't remember if I have or not. This one have a little guy. I got two white horses too, so examine. This is one I did. Disease first, H first. So this is the father. These are 2 males right now on the white, which is probably nice. It's harder to get horses here. Let's quickly slash not quickly at a rope. Let's grab this aged horse here. My all the skills are now back to closer to 0. They're not 0 because I've been playing and I'm not doing the videos. This is a venerable horse. That's the age right before they die. So breeding is a lot faster here. I think they've tweaked some of the breeding settings in the previous. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Stop bleeding. So usually if they don't work the first time, they're not gonna work again. So this is my neighbor's farm. I kind of like the 2x2s a little bit. I come over here just because it's kind of neat to do something different. I'm also, because I'm working with somebody else, I'm doing stuff around the place, but it's also sort of, I don't know, it's my place too. I'm also worried about making changes. And apparently, I thought I had said something about the olive trees when I planted them, and then they are all disappeared, except for one. At least one of them stayed there, but it was funny because I had walked quite a ways to get the olives, not just for olives, but as I was walking, and I grabbed a whole bunch of olive sprouts, and I thought when I started it that we were communicating about that. Apparently that didn't happen. Oh, scorpion. So, the last series of videos, I was looking for scorpion cochineal for a, does he see me? No. It's slow, so I'm not worried about it. This is there's a scorpion stone. Just wanted to show you what something what other people have done. I don't think we went over here last time, did we? If so, then we have to see it again. Rock shard. So, is that me? Oh, I'm not the only one. Maybe he's back. Huh. I don't remember doing that. Maybe I'm not the only one pilfering over here. If so, then sorry. I didn't mean to pilfer. Everything looked like it was gone. I did do things like repair damage on certain things. Archie, I'm not trying to take your crap. I think Archie is the guy who made all this stuff. If you are watching, not that you would be watching. There's extra dirt here. Somebody else is here. I don't think I did that. Maybe I did. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't remember tunneling it. Anyway, so there's this settlement here. If I go back by where the scorpion is, I'm really not strong enough to do scorpion. I'm having a hard time killing a lot of monsters of any kind. Needing a lot of extra help, which is interesting because there is a black dragon flying around somewhere in the vicinity, back that way, where I saw the outline of the dragon. I didn't see it close enough. Somewhere on the live map I've marked the beehive. Beehives will change sometimes from season to season. Depends on what happens from year to year next time. So you have a lot of errors. Things happen slowly in Wurm. You start off. I really kind of walked out of my other server that I was playing. It's gone. And I respect the right for it to be gone. And that's one of the downsides of playing on somebody's server that's not the company's. You never know if it's going to go away. I don't think it's actually gone, but not communicated, and all of a sudden it's just not available to pick up on. And I'm probably the only one who's obsessed with this game specifically. So such that it affected me probably more than the other people. But this is a really big map. Like this between the other guy, like between the deeds. I'm wondering if I'm going to see that. Which direction am I going? I know I'm lost. One thing about having the forest is you kind of have to stop for a second and get yourself landmark. I think this is east. Yeah, I'm not that lost. I thought I was. Oh, I saw something else. Bear. Okay, so let's try killing a bear. Right now my character has a short sword. Now I did buy this short sword, so that's one of the really cool things. Okay, so it does take forever to get back. Which I'm trying to get myself some roads going, but it's gonna be a while before that happens. But so I bought a wonderful sword. Wonderful meaning I didn't have to get it up to 70 for myself, and somebody else got it. And you can earn money pretty easily in this game. This is the this one has what they call bounties. Oh well, too fast. See, having these horses be fast is really nice, because even if I can't kill him, I'm gonna outrun him. Now I also made myself a steel shield, and so I can't remember if that's going to change my shield skills or not. He's doing a good one on me. I'm not yet sufficient enough at the attack like directions yet. My fighting skills so low that it doesn't let me do anything. That's loud. Loud for me. Less loud for you, but I know from watching the other videos it's not completely zero. So, what I'm going to have to do, kind of after I do half, I kind of run away. I don't mind. Yeah, there's half. Okay, we're gonna run away, but we're gonna have him follow along behind me. Somewhere I have cotton. I need to. Yeah, he'll follow. He'll follow, and if he doesn't, since this is such a big map. Okay, he's wounded. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get to a safe area, and we're gonna cotton ourselves. Oh, I got. Oh, he. Okay, so medium. Okay, so we didn't. This is not meant to be a how-to exactly, but medium bruises and bites, they need to be treated. They will not get better. They will get worse. And it could cause me to die if I do not either treat it or get it down. So the bandaging I'm doing with the cotton, it usually lowers it just by lowering it. And everything I've read, and so I do this all the time when I'm doing this, is to bandage first and healing cover later. So we're going to bandage real quickly. So that same bite that was a medium is now a 12 bruise, so it's better. So and it's light. So it's light. Light usually are going to eventually heal themselves with time. Mediums will not. Now the other bruises are. Yeah, this medium is kind of a little bit scary. Not that scary. I have a little bit. I mean, I'm not that far away, so I suppose if I die, I've not died in Wurm for a while. Beginning of June when I was on the other server. So I just need to just buck it up and just die. Oh, die already. It's not that big a deal once it is. I noticed that, okay, so I have my 3 timing. My mind logic is not even 30 yet, so my character's kind of dumb. Doesn't know how to do more than one thing at a time, or know how to queue up more than one thing at a time. And my character knows how to queue up 3. Almonda knows how much to queue up, but anyway, okay, so I'm healthy enough. Let's grab him again. I got as much as I could on him. And we're going to either list what I could have done is went back towards the deed with the guard towers and done the guard tower thing. Come on, let's follow me. Of course, right now I can probably hit him again. My house is back this way somewhere. And that pile of log is one of those like log things. First aid. First aid went up higher. That means the higher the first aid is, the better it will be. So, somebody was telling me dual wield is a good thing, and so I might have to try that. I'm doing regular attacks. It's hard. We might die. Would like not to die. The deaths get announced to everybody. I mean, not in a mean way. Okay, yeah. I know where I'm at. Dragon's back that way, or what? Well, dragon's not necessarily staying in the same place. A lot of times he moves around. Swords is fine. Let's see, where'd he go? Okay, well, so that's fine. We're gonna have to find the new wounds. Okay. I like seeing the lots of little wounds because that's easier to deal with. These will eventually heal because they're all light. That's light. Anything that's light will heal eventually on their own. It takes time, and I can't get too many light wounds. So there's that. We got some combat. Not the best at combat early on in the game. Some of it's because it's early. Okay, I'm running out of cotton. I'm not running out. I have a lot. I tend to make cotton a priority when I'm farming. These are bandaged, so they're not going to benefit from bandaging. And this one. Well, here I'll let it be what it is. This 14 would probably be the one I'd rather have bandaged, which wasn't the one that did. So you can make healing covers with the different. Sometimes they're see if I can treat this. I haven't made very many because like last time I noticed I was barely using them, so I was like, oh, let's make them. But then they fail. But you have a lot of your different forageables. But most importantly, the organs. That's not even the right. It is the right word, but it doesn't sound like the right word. The organs from the monsters that you kill, the hearts, the glands, the paws, that type of thing, it tends to be what is better for better healing covers. They have a hidden potency on them. Let's grab his aggro. Oops. Let's not engage though. Well, I'm just gonna kind of do what I did that one time. Several videos ago in my other series, and I'm just gonna have him follow. Sometimes I turn around. Sometimes I've been noticing to do this. Now ranged is a weird beast because ranged makes you think that it's going to be bows and arrows. Bows and arrows don't end up using the ranged. Ranged is when you're taking things out of your. I've never done ranged. I suppose I could take my hatchet and hit the bear with the hatchet. We really need to be going up better. Here's my last olive tree left. At least he's still there. Is the bear following? Yes. He's enough to aggro me, so I'm assuming he's following me all the way. Here he comes. What I want to do is get the spirit guard engaged, and when the spirit guard's engaged, then we will get the benefit of help. And I'll be close to all my supplies that we've gathered. Okay, so set an alarm. Alright, so here comes the spirit guard. Spirit guards, they say, are much more engaging. Come on, you grab the aggro. Come on, grab the aggro. Spirit Templar, grab the aggro. You turn around on the spirit guard. Okay. I'll see if I can get a bash in or something. I changed to a okay, so I changed to a different shield. Yeah, so now it's a metal shield. So now my shield is back to 0 again because I was using a wooden shield just a bit ago. So another cool thing about the server Riviera modded, you receive 2 copper and 25 iron for slaying the barbarian. So they call that a bounty. So just for bountying the guys, you get way more, because before on a non-modded server, that is only the other thing. So we're going to disembark. We've got our steel butchering knife. I have gotten steel. I'm trying to get some of these skills up that I was finding useful to have up. I'm not going to min-max my gameplay. I'm not going to do it. I need to drop this onto the ground. And so we're not going to sell it to the token. This is another cool thing. Oh, okay, that's kind of gross. Let's look at the other side of him. You burn the corpse. So another mod is to burn the corpse. And so when you burn the corpse of the brown bear that's sitting on the ground, and only doing this direction so I don't have to see the gross part about it, even if it's not that gross. And I'm burning it right in front of my thing, which is fine. So I get some karma. So karma is that mysterioso thing that I have 4,000. Ooh, I have 4,000. So what I could do, say I do die, I could get my corpse back, and I don't know if it takes me to the corpse or the corpse to me. I assume it takes the corpse to me. You can do a lot of lighting. Town portal is probably. Let's me go back. I'm not 100,000% certain, but I probably have 4 chances back. So I suppose the other thing I could do is go to the town portal, the main town, and town portal back. I'm not doing that right now. So repair. So this is Clan Hawkins early stages because there's no buildings and stuff yet. I did see slate, so we can make pretty black buildings if we want. It's a possibility. There's like a I didn't do this part, so there's a method to this. I'm doing things like helping with like the planters and organizing the crate racks and some other things. So let's see. The heart, I think, is one of the. I don't want all of them actually. I don't know why I did that. So let's put the walnuts in here. This is the first walnut this guy has. So this is another thing about this server. I don't remember if I said this in the last game. This is gonna be like, this is what's different about this server game than it was in the other one. You have this thing called sorted bins and not sorted bins. And so right now the food storage bin is sorted. So what that means is I can expand them all out. And so everything in the 10 to 20 or 19.9 range ends up averaging into a mini group. And everything in the 0 to 10 range averages in a group. So what you end up with is lots of separate groups, but everything is maintained its quote-unquote integrity. So your bad stuff stays bad, your good stuff stays good, it doesn't average out into itself. So you have a lot of options when it comes to sorting and unsorting. So I can take the better insect meat and use that in my food, or I can take the worst one. I'm kind of doing the general philosophy as right now the skills are low, so things are kind of crappy anyway, so I might as well take the crappy stuff. I'm taking the lower quality stuff out. I do want to put the bear meat in here. So then see how it automatically sorted into those categories. I only had 2 categories before, now I have 3 categories. So so the bear was nice. And then I have my bins. Right now, my character, I've been working on a little bit of my carpentry skills. It's 28, but my fine carpentry, it's still low enough that I can't do a large crate. So right now, I'm just going to have to do a lot of small crates. I don't have them all organized. I do want something like this. Let's see if I can take a gland. Gland's usually found. There's a chart in Wurmpedia. It tells you which one's which, but you make a new healing cover by doing right-click alchemy mix, I tried multiple times to do it through the crafting window, and it's not a crafting window. Right now, my skills are pretty low, so tooth are usually pretty good. I think hearts are on the, like, I just remember in general that organs are more likely to be higher quality. But the other thing that's kind of interesting is usually teeth are multiple uses, maybe not with a heart, or maybe not with a failure, or maybe not with how it sorts it. So right now I only have the one. Let's see. Let's do hearts from here. Maybe the quality level a lot of times will help your. Let's do a hoof. I don't think hoofs are actually as quite as good. It's a body part, not exactly an organ if you go from the biological standpoint, but the leftover parts of an animal or monster. Think monster. So right now, just by sitting here doing that, my character, this one's very light. This one's back to this light. It's 6. This one's 5. So every so often, they call it health tick or whatever, it will fix it. Paws are usually there. Let's try that. I could be saving these. I know from experience that these end up just clogging my inventory. It's been interesting to play on the level of, oh, I don't have any stuff. I have to start all over again. And there's a strength to that, and there's not quite as much for that. Oh, there's my spirit templar saying yes. This group is a little bit more talkative. There's a lot more people on at a time. So I have an extra healing cover here. Was that a paw or I don't remember. You probably remember because you were just watching. I don't remember because I wasn't watching. Let's see. Let's do a paw. It tells you what it was used. Yeah, paw and heart right there. So rosemary and mushroom are some of the things you can forage for. So that one's probably, even though the quality level is higher, it's probably going to be less effective as a healing thing. So the better you have healing cover, the faster it will go. We've got our barrels that have the salty water from the walking to the area. I've got, now that I remembered that pegs are what I need for this, I've got pegs. And we're going to put the charcoal, not in that one. Well, the furs go in that one because there's fur. And see, it's sorted, so right now we have 7, and then we're going to have 2, and we're 7 and 4. So 1 fur gives me 4 of the smaller furs. Sometimes your crates and stuff like that go slower, and yeah, if you're a Wurm player, you would know this already. If you haven't played for a while, this is a nice little mini refresher. Not meant to be a tutorial, though. Charcoal is how you get the steel. So I'm going to, at the risk of, because I've got a charcoal pile going, I have like trees everywhere. Like trees are not in any kind of like logs and trees. They just sit, like they're low quality. I'm just letting them sit. At the moment. So you take like 20 logs to make a charcoal pile, and a couple dirt, and a couple kindlings, and so it's easy to recreate those. So I'm just going to shovel the charcoal into the forge. So I found in this little mini cave, I've got my skill up. There's the sandstone. I asked the question because I couldn't remember because I haven't used sandstone myself for a while. So I asked the question, so how does sandstone work? Does it work like an ore? Does it work like a rock? And I think the person who first answered me said, yes, it looks like a rock. I think they were talking about like how it combines to make like the stone bricks. So that does work that way. But I was also curious, like length of time. Like, so our bricks each one of these the cave walls, can be collapsed after you hit it like 50 times. 50 pieces. And that's how you get the new pieces, right? But I didn't know how many I was going to get. And so this is new for me, for this server, for this year of playing Wurm. It's not new to Wurm. It's not necessarily even that uncommon. In the areas I was playing in, I was not encountering slate at all. Slate is a really pretty black color if you've seen black colored buildings, so or different parts of houses or fences or maybe not fences, maybe fences. Well, probably fences. You can do a lot of things with different rock kinds now. I wonder if I would make a fountain out of them, if they would work. Let's quickly open this up and stick these rock shards that are small in there. Really quickly before I get going. We won't do this for very long because I know this is not easy to do. Let's do a prospect just on the wall, and it's going to tell me not much. It just says, hey, it's good quality. I got slate charts here, and I always forget. Well, I always forget as if I've played this. This is actually, I just finally discovered this yesterday, but this is poor quality. So what I can do, so anytime I hit over here, I'm going to get really bad quality 1s, 5s, 10. It has a max. I don't have sufficient what they call prospecting enough to know what that is. But if I want to know what else is around, did I ever show you this? I don't know. Let's show you this on Riviera, and we're starting from a lower level. So what I need to do is I need to take a new rock shards or slate shard. Let's do it on this. You can use it on the rock shards. You can use it on the ores. So the one on the very bottom, the one I just did, I'm going to right click. I'm going to analyze. And what it does, this is more on the tutorial side, is it tells you where am I going to find all the stuff that you're going to find. And this is how you can kind of look for new different ores. It's the prospecting, which is mining prospect. This is prospecting and mining are good, what they call AFK things to do. Let's turn on a video in the background. Let's watch something else. Let's just kind of have my game open and then right click and hit whatever hotkey you decided. My hotkey for regular mining is Z. My hotkey for prospecting is Shift C. It's really close together. It's something that I'm gonna just do automatically quickly. They're related to each other, so it's not hard to fathom one to the other. But the kind of cool thing about the prospecting is the stuff that's closer to the top of your prospect. This is where we analyze the shard. So the very first one that's really close is this poor quality slate, which we saw, and that means that you don't see anything else in here. That means one tile around, there's only the poor quality slate. And then you see the next, it starts with trace, and then it says slight trace. Slight trace means 2 tiles away. So then the next group is 2 tiles away. So the 2 tiles away, there's normal quality sandstone to the south, which, hey, look, there's 2 tiles away. So 1 tile we're standing on, 2 is the sandstone, is south. There's a slight trace of normal quality iron. Hey, look, 1 tile away is the cave wall, 2 tile away is the iron wall. This is much more of a tutorial than I meant to make it. So, because this is a nice little, this is, you'll get pockets where you have nothing, and you'll get pockets of a whole bunch of everything. So we're kind of in the whole bunch of everything pocket, and that's what makes it kind of fun. And then you get these things where faint trace. So faint trace would be 3 tiles away. So 3 tiles away to the southwest. So that would be exactly directly southwest. So we would be 1 tile away, 2 tile away. So it'd be, you can kind of see it from here. That sandstone, the prospecting skill says I don't know that sandstone. Just by looking at this tile here, I don't know that sandstone. But I know that 3 tiles away there's something. Sandstone's one of the harder ones to recognize at lower prospecting levels. So we are starting, since you might be asking, oops, wrong one. I don't remember if you'd be asking this or not, and maybe not everybody would be, but we're 22 or effectively 40. So I tried to jump it up to like 35 because that's where you get to see the 3 tile away one. And you keep going and keep going. Most quality iron is northwest. There's acceptable quality iron west. So there's a lot of shards over here. I have my hill, and so I don't know at what point it's going to have a mining warning. But what I needed to show you, not just the analyzing stuff. Yes, my horse is in the wall, and that sound means there's more farming. Here, there's as soon as you get 3 on the ground, it goes into a pile. And depending on like the complex, like this is the good quality slate, right? But my mining skill is still pretty low. So even if my mining skill is only effectively 30, so anything at the most would be 30.5. So whatever my mining effective level is usually where I'm going to see the slate shards, or the other shards show up. But even just because it's so low, they consider the 1s failures, the 6s failures, the 3 failures. So like even though these are being hit on the better rock, it's not showing me that better rock yet. It's still a random number, but these are going to last more than 50 times, is what they were telling me in the chat yesterday when I asked. So I have the slate for a while. I know it does go away. I know it has gone away, but I'm assuming it's going. Assuming they were right, and assuming I got the correct device, I've got this slate as a backup for a period of time. I don't know what we want to make with it. We could make the house with it. We could make the walls with it. We could make different fences with it. It's really pretty. I'm thinking about maybe right around the fountain area that I have to the fountain that I have to bash. I don't know that I can make a fountain out of slate. That would be pretty if it would let me. I'm guessing it wouldn't. Just based on, I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna pretend like we're gonna make a fountain in here. You can't put fountains inside of mines. It's not a problem to do. It's actually pretty nice. Okay, so I can make a brick, a keystone, a shingle, and a slab. I cannot make a fountain out of slate, which is fine. So usually for certain kinds of you need a couple slabs, maybe a mortar. For some of the flooring, slate bricks are going to be a different color brick. I might make some bricks here real quickly out of this nicer slate. Not nicest, nicer slate is 28 quality. So I have 28 quality bricks, so pretty. Stone chisel. So yeah, so this is still early game. I've been on for a week and a half, a little bit more than normal because of the holidays and time off was a little bit more deciduous here. One thing I'm finding useful, and this is just a trick for me, in addition to all the tutorialishness, is to have an unsorted crate in addition to the sorted crates, because usually when I'm doing like dirt, right, I'm not gonna worry about what quality dirt do I lay down on the ground, because that's not gonna affect anything. It's gonna raise and lower the ground. So my dirt tends to be something that ends up in the unsorted on general. If I have like mistakes and I kind of want to like average them kind of up a little bit, I've been using like the small nails and large nails, and some of my stone bricks from before, I've been putting them in the unsorted. So these unsorted bricks are going to be what I use more for the walkway, because I'm going to walk on them. So it doesn't really matter what quality they are. They're not going to have to last for a period of time necessarily after say the deed disappears and we go back to playing other games, or forget to play this game, or get too obsessed with this game, which is usually what happens, and then have to put it aside for a period of time. the walkways will kind of tend to stay put. There's walkways like you were seeing at that deed earlier in the video. That wasn't one I did. That could have been done like a year ago. I don't know. Well, probably not a year ago. This has been 10 months. The server is a 10-month server. Somewhere around February was when it's new, and we're in December now, almost January of the next year. So we're getting close. That's a nice thing. One of the things I was noticing, I talked about in one of my videos about how I start with gold. I probably either didn't start with gold. I don't know for sure on the nail. I think I gave me 10 nails when I logged in. And, I got the gold a different time I logged in. What I noticed after watching that video and looking at my other days that I've logged in since then is that was an advent thing. So one of the events that happened this year on the server was, let's give all the Wurm players some kind of benefit from playing Wurm every day, and you get like a login thing. As you might have noticed way back early in the video, there's a place where you can vote. So you get coins, and right now I've done coins, and I've gotten coins about 20 copper. So this is different. It's kind of the way I wanted Wurm to be. People around when I'm on. I wasn't saying that where I was at was actually bad, because that also has its own part to it. I bet the keystone is helpful when you're doing like bridges. Ooh, we can make a slate bridge across the road. Okay. Um, so they're 15 each, so I might get 2 more. Nope, it's not. It needs a little bit of extra like waste to do. So we're gonna. Oh, it's like, yeah, you can't really move. My character's still pretty weak compared to what it has been. There we go. Okay. So I got 24 bricks. So what I'm going to likely do to sort these out is I'm going to take my what we call higher quality bricks. Not very many of them. Just these 4. We're going to stick them in its own. It's going to stick them in a sorted one. Oh, that's right. It doesn't fit. There's not space in here. And then anything in the 20s would go in there, and anything higher. I'm going to stick all my other one. Oh, these all would be in a. They would all sort to some average, so probably we're looking at 5, maybe 3, 4, because more of the bricks are lower quality than 5. But we'll find out. That was a guess. 3, well, 3.7. I had quite a few level 1 bricks. And I also don't advocate necessarily leaving your rock shards on that long. This was just done yesterday. I'm not going to do that all day today. So this is the start of a mine. That area has a bunch. This has sandstone, and this is all I've gotten so far. There's going to be flint somewhere in the distance. There's going to be other iron in the distance. The height from where the water level is going to determine how far this goes. So there's a nice little skull from a goblin. We had a goblin champion. I lured him up to the Spirit Templar, and he was easy. Even though he was a champion and he was bigger than the regular goblins, he was still pretty easy. Goblins are on the easier side. Brown bears, yes, I about died kind of to him because I'm not really protected the way I like to be. He's also actually easier usually. Your wolves are easier. Things like your dragons, your scorpions, your trolls. Well, dragons are a whole different category. And there is one over here. Now, so one more thing before I go. I think we're gonna probably call it a day. So that in the distance is the capital city, and because this was close to the holiday season, there is a holiday treat around the capital city. It is probably a Santa of some kind. I have seen it before in one of my previous games. and it showed up even in the one that I was playing on my own home server. There is a white light, but it's so far to the north that I don't think we can see the white light from here. We're on the pretty south edge of Riviera. Like, I could go to the south edge and go, like, to the, but the black light is not that far. I mean, but then it's so easy to not determine where you're at in Riviera, because it's such a big map. Like, on the map, it doesn't look like it's that far from our place to that abandoned deed, but it is. Like, it's a lot of tiles. Each one of the, I can't show you. The one thing about this is I'd have to cut in and learn how to do video editing, and I could do that. It's not been what I've been doing. My poor horse. This horse is sitting on packed dirt, and I need to either get him grass, but what I have been doing, don't worry, I'm not like abusing this horse. I'm going over here. I'm grabbing something like, oh, I've got a lot of corn. Actually, I'm going to grab him the lower quality corn first. Okay, gotta get closer. Like, this is, I don't know if really, no. A lot of times I'll leave my herbs and stuff for myself. But I went back to the capital town. I bought a mortar and pestle and a baking stone, so I'm not going to be beholden to the tyranny of, let's give him a cabbage, I guess. Yeah, why not? I got a lot of cabbages. I gave him a pumpkin before. But you can hand feed the horses. Let's make sure he's not hungry. It's not ideal. I don't like him being tied up right now. Whoops, move. I could care for him. I'm gonna feed. Yeah, he's no longer hungry, so he ate the corn fine. I'll probably feed Hawkins. Let's give him. Cabbages are usually pretty filling, and let's give him the pumpkin. They're filling too. One pumpkin. So as we age into better quality farming, we'll get higher. Like I have that for 40 now, so lovely. So we're just gonna feed them so that we know if he's not saying he's not hungry though. So probably need more. The only reason I'm doing this is because we have packed ground and they're not gonna be able to eat on their own. Now I don't always feed my horses because I'm walking them around, and the other thing is they get fat. Like, are either of those fat? That's venerable fat horse and the aged horse. Ooh, is that a female? I'm gonna have to. Wonder if I have. I can't remember if I have permissions or not. Let's see. That's a he. I have a lot of he's. Okay, this is our only female over here. Drive-by breeding. Oh, previous one. That was kind of fun. I do that sometimes, but I'm not really sufficient enough to do that. But no, where packed dirt means that they can't feed on their own. But if I'm walking around with these guys, you're gonna see on the bottom horses graze or whatever. Snowman from the holidays. It's not snowing in Wurm. You can make snowman in Wurm when it is winter. So I think we're gonna be done with the video. It wasn't very much. We fought a bear. We got a little bit of walnut, and then I explained to a lot of people who probably already know how to do Wurm, how to do that. This is where our grazing area is going to be, and I might try to decide what to do with this area. I'm a little hesitant to do anything too posh, but yeah, the olive tree. I had a bunch of olive trees right about here, and so this was where I got a little flippy, but it was like one of those days where you're like, this too happened. But it wasn't me that got rid of the olive trees, but I was the one who brought them in the area, and then I went back to go like replace them, and they hadn't resprouted. As long as I have one, we can pull sprouts off of it when it's ready. It's not gonna be ready for a while. Maybe it's mature. Mature is still on the young side for olive trees. So I only have a couple of olives. olives are better for olive oil, and olive oil, you put an olive oil barrel in your deed, and your spirit Templars will go fill all your like lights up as they get bad, or they run out of fuel. They will be refueled by the spirit Templars automatically. And the other thing is the compasses, because the compass, let's see, a tool, not a resource. I pulled a lot of my stuff out to work on it, so I'm gonna put it back where it goes. The compass is only a 30 compass. Oh, and this is another cool thing. I don't think I showed you this, so I'm gonna have to show you this. Where is it? I just happened to be randomly foraging, and so an old weather trap met with an X on the marking spot. What could you use to get directions? Cannot be recruited. So the compass. This treasure map is really going to like break down. But I highlight the compass and put it on the treasure map. I've never had a treasure map before, so this is kind of neat. It didn't work. I mean, well, it does work, but it's like gonna be something that I'm gonna not. I should sell, but it's 2,000 tiles away. Yikes! Very far ahead of you, to the right. So I'm facing to the west. So I can't show you the map. It's a distance. It's on the west side of the map. Very far ahead of me on the. So I wore it out. So I gotta give it a little bit more damage. I don't know. It's right now sitting in here. Maybe I should put it in my small chest. I haven't done much with the small chest, so open the small chest. Maybe I'll put it in there. It would be a fun adventure to do. I don't know that it would be a good idea to do it at this point. I'm really low. There's a dragon floating around somewhere. I don't think any of the people will help with dragons. There is not very far from here a forest giant as well. But anyway, we have a bunch of things that we're doing, and I keep going back and forth. But it's getting dark, so it's going to be hard to see anything besides the mine, which I'm not going to force you guys to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed just another like leisurely day in Wurm. A little bit about mining, a little bit about like the rocks, and a lot about the server in particular. What makes it kind of special, what makes it kind of fun to play on. Some of the area. The step is really pretty, and it's kind of got a couple neat deeds, or a neat deed around it that's also abandoned. And then getting back here from the hometown is kind of fun too. But so we've got a little bit farther. Not very far, but we're getting a little bit farther. So I really wish you guys happy holidays. Let's do a dark. I hate that it's dark. I could put. Oh, let's do this. We don't have to keep this here for a while. Let's just do it for now. One thing that was getting us hung up for a second was how the hanging lamps work. Okay, another tutorial-esque kind of thing. But let's go ahead. It doesn't have to be this. So we'll do this for now. So you highlight your lamp, you right click in the corner. This works in the corner to do it this way, and that way you get it on the corner. This is a new. It's never used to. Usually hit plant. My horse is in the way. I can't see. Okay, I'm trying to get where I like the orientation of your body matters, and where these are hanging lamps, it's gonna need rotating a little bit. Let's see, which way is it? This way? I'm gonna hotkey rotate. Nope, other way. Okay. I don't know. I'm making this up. I bet he's making it up as it's going along too, so I'm not really shouldn't really worry about messing anything up, but I haven't done a lot with the top because I think there's a plan that I'm not I'm sure of it, but I'm not sure of it. But we will do this for now. And then I will take a picture, if I remember. And light, and light, and light. I'm gonna light the darkness of Wurm. And those are only like 10 quality, so see, you're not very bright. And I think if I got them like 60 quality, they'd be brighter. But there's 4 of them, so it makes it nice. For now. For now. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick picture. I'm gonna hide my GUI. Take a quick picture. Those are different things in the Wurm settings, which I can't show you because it screws it up when it tries to. So you guys have a great day, and this is Almonda from Riviera, clocking in from the Clan Hawkins deed. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.